it's happening. Very good. Okay, we are in business. Cricket, you can get off now. Okay, so do write in the chat if something goes squiffy, because I can't see everything at once. It actually amazes me that this always works. I have a kind of childlike wonder that these things happen. Although children these days, they take it all for granted. So I should say maybe a 14th century child's wonder that it happens. So we are here. So let me just tell you what it is we're going to talk about today. My heading was "Don't keep going." Well, most people think, well, you should keep going. If you're trying to achieve something, you have to keep going. But that only works if you're actually keeping going on the right track. Lots of people are on the wrong track, sadly, in which case they should stop straight away. We have a cat who's come to join us as well as 4 dogs who are rampaging around the place. So if it frightens your dog, don't keep doing it. People tell me that they take their dog on the street every day to get him used to traffic. I'm going to keep taking him on the road until he gets used to traffic. All he's getting used to is more fear of cars. Could be cars, bikes, pushchairs, people, other dogs, noises, you name it. It all piles up on your dog's fears. Your dog will never learn when he's panicking. He'll only learn more panic, and that you're not to be trusted. Just imagine if you were on a nice walk near a cliff and somebody tried to push you over the cliff, and then I say to you, hey, what's 29 times 3? You can't answer. You can't even process the question. You can't function when you're afraid. So if you ask your frightened dog in the face of all this traffic and noise, and he's scrabbling on the ground or barking or pulling at the end of the lead, if you ask him to sit or stand on his head or spin or stop it or any of these things, he can't do it because he cannot process what you're saying. Even if he sits instantly at home, if he's in a place of fear, he can't do it. So you can't expect him to do it. And trying to get him to do it is only going to frustrate both of you hugely. So take the pressure off and give him a complete break from traffic. So that means that you don't go near a road for several days. Then you can teach him a tiny bit at a time in safety, and he'll know you won't force him to endure those busy streets. And that is key. The fact that your dog can now start to trust you, that you're not going to lead him into trouble. So you could perhaps be down the long road with traffic passing at the top of the road. So you're on this road, there's a junction, and there's traffic going along up there. And you can be 50 yards, 100 yards, 200 yards back, whatever is necessary for your dog to be able to look and say, yeah, I can see there's cars up there, but they're not coming this way, they're not worrying me. And once he's able to respond to that and respond to you and reason, rationalise, then you can move just a little bit closer, perhaps the next day. Don't do it all at once. We have an inclination to try and fix everything right now. Right, it's done. No, it isn't. It takes time, and it takes a little bit of time. For instance, if you start in the shallow end of the swimming pool, then you're okay. You can sit on the top step as a little child and just get your ankles wet, and so you go on, and gradually you get more accustomed to this water around you. It's a weird feeling for us. But nothing good is achieved by chucking someone in the deep end if they don't already know how to swim. Can you imagine how you'd have been if you were, say, a small child and they said, you don't need to be in the shallow end, the baby pool, let's toss you in the deep end? You would be terrified, and it would certainly not make you like swimming anymore. It would make it much worse. So what I'm getting at really is that it's not your dog who has to change here. Fear of traffic, fear of whatever it is out there. It's not your dog who has to change, it's you. Or me. Us. We have to change. The human part of the team has to change. Your dog can't change. It's not going to get anywhere with you just continually exposing him. You have to formulate a plan which does not involve him getting frightened. If you need to, get someone to help you with this and work from there. I'm going to have a quick look at your chats just to say I'm Beverly Courtney from Brilliant Family Dog, and I'm on a message to change the world one dog at a time. Will your dog be one of them? Let's have a quick look at what you're saying. You've got lots of people watching. Some people are saying, what are we talking about today? Well, you found out now, Nick. Thanks for asking. And watching, but nobody feels the need to say anything. That's fine. That's fine. It's something that some of you already know. Some of you are saying, well, I don't like the sound of that. So you're going to have to think about it and process it. But do think about it. And I'll be back in a few days with some more thoughts. Bye-bye.